Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi to everyone. Today we are going to conduct a seminar tour about the current initiative in environmental related management accounting. But firstly, I would like to introduce my group members. Started with me, I am AISYAH binti Muhammad AZRI, followed by Nur SUFIAH Muhammad SUPIAN, Nur SYAFIA Muhammad SARI and also Nur SYAKIRIN ABDUL RAHIM. Firstly, I would like to briefly explain what is environmental management accounting or known as EMA is. So EMA is the identification, collection, analysis and also the use of two types of information for internal decision making. So what are these two types of information? First, it is a physical information. Physical information refers to the data on use, flows and also eventual outcome of energy, water, materials and also waste. It is also a non-financial measure and information. The second is monetary information on environment-related costs, earnings, and savings. This information is expressed in terms of monetary units, and simply put that, EMA actually address both the implications of the environment on the corporation's operations as well as the management information needs of managers for corporate activities that have an impact on the environment. Environmental effects may include recycling, water and power use, carbon footprint and production effluent depending on the type of organization. Next, I would like to list down the management information which could include the first one is identifying and estimating the cost of environment related activities. Second one is identifying and monitoring the use and cost of resources such as water, electricity and fuel so cost can be reduced. Third one is making sure that environmental consideration from part of capital investment decisions. Fourth one is assessing the likelihood and impact of environmental risk in order to determine how fortunate it is that the environment could be affected by one or more environmental threats such as disease from dangerous virus or climate change. Next, including environment-related indicators as part of routine performance monitoring to consider environmental compliance a business necessity. And the last one is benchmarking activities against environmental best practice, which enable businesses to assess their environmental performance and costs in comparison to those of their competitors. So that's a little bit of brief of what environmental related management accounting is. Now I would like to pass this presentation to Nur SUFIAH.
Thank you, Aisha. Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm SUFIAH and I'll begin my presentation by discussing the significance of Environmental Management Accounting, EMA. The first is EMA's capacity to cut costs. This is so that the organization can determine which operation have the greatest positive environmental effects and reduce wasteful resource consumption, which directly affect costs. The business can also invest in processes that lessen the expense of failure and the cost of prevention, such as the need to process garbage or clean up environmental effects. Next, EMA might improve an organization's reputation. More detailed and precise data for measuring and reporting environmental performance will enhance the company's reputation with stakeholders like clients, staff, the government, and funders. It indirectly increases the company's earning when people respect and admire the business. The efficiency of current government policies is also improved through EMA. This can be accomplished by making clear to businesses the actual environmental costs and gains associated with those measures. For government stakeholders such as regulated company or industry partners in voluntary programs, the government can estimate and report financial and environmental performance measures using EMA data. Moving on to the next slide, eco-efficiency, the ISO 14001 Environmental Management System and ISO 14031 Environmental Performance Evaluation are the three current initiatives we may list for the audience. In the slide after this, I'll go into more depth about this current initiative. So the first current initiative is eco-efficiency. Through technological and procedural advancement, it increases value while minimizing resource consumption and environmental effect over the course of the product or service life. Eco-efficiency can be defined as operating a firm effectively while also preserving the environment. This program encourages businesses to do more to protect the environment while still making money. For businesses to be eco-efficient, they must consume less water, material and energy while recycling more. 5 steps to achieve eco-efficiency are to plan and organize the resource that the company is about to use, analyze the research object to identify the waste and its characteristics, propose multiple solutions, study the feasibility of each solution, and lastly is to implement the chosen solution. Environmental Management System, or known as EMS, is the second current initiative that should be implemented. The International Organization for Standardization ISO 14001 standard serves as the foundation for the EMS. So to accomplish the desired goals, EMS must safeguard the environment and react to any changes in external conditions. It is constructed using the PDCA model: plan, do, check, act. The plan is when the necessary actions are determined. The do is when the EMS is established. The check is when the environmental impacts are tracked and measured. And the act is when the performance of the EMS is assessed. Corporation can increase resource efficiency, reduce waste, and save money with the aid of EMS. Additionally, one of ISO 14001's function is to reduce how badly their operation influence the environment, such as when they can lead to changes in the air, water, or land. There are 4 steps a business can take to choose whether to stop or keep doing the activity they were doing. They must first compile a list of all the regular operation, service, and goods used by the business. The second step is to make a list of every factor that affects the environment. The effects of the various activities, including air, water, and pollution, are then listed. The last stage is to choose the impact scoring system, which can assist the business in prioritizing the activities that are more likely to result in pollution. So the last current initiative is the Environmental Performance Evaluation (EPE) under ISO 14031. EPE set out the process to measure, evaluate, and convey environmental performance using key performance indicator (KPIs). Providing open information on environmental impacts, it enables the company to enhance and demonstrate its environmental performance. EPE also assists firms in identifying their strategic goals and targets, as well as trends and risks. In order to show that an organization is committed to improvement, EPE can also be used to report and disseminate information on that firm's environmental performance. 3 different types of indicators are listed in ISO 14031. First is Environmental Condition Indicator (KCI), and which are used to contextualize accomplishment. Second is Operational Performance Indicators (OPI), used to highlight the changes in resource use. And finally is Management Performance Indicator (MPI), used to illustrate cost savings and advancement in training. That's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter to go into more detail about this current initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, SUFIAH. Next, I will explain about the benefit of each current initiative. First, eco-efficiency. One of the benefits is reduced production costs significantly through more efficient usage of energy and materials. The use of fewer natural resources, water, energy, reduce production costs significantly. This competitive advantage is enhanced further by the implementation of improved manufacturing processes and new products, as well as the recycling of used products. Second, increase revenue by developing the innovative products. Consumers around the world are becoming more environmentally conscious and seeking sustainable products, giving companies that have implemented the eco-efficiency a competitive advantage. And for the third benefit is to increase the responsibility for business on environmental protection. Eco-efficiency stimulates technological innovation as businesses seek more efficient processes and better goods and services. The concept promotes technology as the primary solution to environmental degradation. Next, we're moving to the second initiative, ISO 14001 Environmental Management System. First benefit is to help the company to comply with legal requirement. ISO 14001 is to provide the company with a framework for identifying, monitoring, and complying with the various environmental requirements. Of course, the company tries to follow all applicable law before implementing an environmental management system, but the system itself can help in maintaining their compliance. Next benefit is to reduce insurance costs. Some companies might find that getting certified in ISO 14001 will reduce the insurance premiums. The certification proves the organization is performing strong due diligence in managing their environmental impact. which means there is less chance of being found liable of environmental negligence. And for the third benefit is to reduce waste. The standard aims to reduce the amount of waste that organizations are producing, from the unnecessary running of machinery to a lack of training causing excess materials to be left. The standards aims to identify and mitigate all these waste. By using more renewable energy sources and energy-saving processes, the company become more efficient as a result. Now, I will continue for the last initiative, ISO 14031, Environmental Performance Evaluation. First, it helps assess the effectiveness and potential of environmental management. It can help identify significant risks, set objectives and target, and track performance. Also determining whether environmental objectives and target are being met. Second benefit is to help identify areas that have the potential to become more circular and sustainable. Organizations can harmonize and streamline significant performance indicators in sector, assisting in benchmarking. Also identify opportunities for improving efficiency of energy and resource usage. And lastly is to improve understanding of environmental aspects and impacts. The business environment helps in understanding the threats which are likely to happen in the future. Environmental awareness can help managers identify various threats on time and serve as an early warning signal. So that's all from me now. I will pass the presentation to AISYAH.
Thank you, SYAKIRIN. Now, I would like to moving on to the next part, which is the impacts of current initiative to the industry. So, in the current global industrial development trend, creating economic benefits is no longer the sole objective of industrial development. Now, the industry has culminated in exponential growth in the capabilities of the human, and which has led to the innovations and developments. However, this increase has started to seriously harm our environment and has been proven to be unsustainable over time. Therefore, current initiatives such as eco-efficiency, ISO 14001 and also ISO 14301 have a significant impact on the industries and society. The primary impact of current initiative is to help organizations to improve their environmental performance through more efficient use of resources and reduction of waste, which has gained a competitive advantage and also the trust of stakeholders. Secondly, this current initiative also assists companies to achieve more profit and are able to enhance competitiveness, where businesses that use less energy, water and they use natural resources will produce less waste and pollute less, are more profitable and competitive. They are also more likely to develop new products or services by using existing resources more efficiently and recycling their waste. As a result, it gives the company a financial and competitive advantage through increased efficiency and also decrease in cost. Thirdly, by incorporating this current initiative, companies also expected to improve their reputation, where it has been proven that organizations are able to reduce possible negative effects on both human health and also the environment, as well as potential environmental harm throughout all phases of the life cycle of the goods and services that the company produce. This is to achieve the circular economy and are able to gain a better reputation as a company, are being considered as a caring organization that is integral to looking after their community. And as we know, it's no secret now that consumers are looking for products and services that are environmental friendly. Now, let us moving on to the unfavorable impact of current initiative in related management accounting to the industry. Firstly, one criticism is that the adoption of ISO 14001 is not always associated with the growth of organizational capabilities that allow businesses to achieve significant reductions in harmful the environmental effects. This is because actually ISO 14001 only focus more on the process rather than the results to be obtained. And second, there is a possibility that the company may only use the ISO 14001 certificate initially as a way to legitimize the firm's environmental practice to get support from external institutions to improve their reputation and branding, but without their really showing a true responsible and commitment to the internal change. So that's all for the impact of current initiative to the industry. Now I would like to pass to SYAKIRIN for the next presentation.
Thank you, AISYAH. Now I will presenting the application current initiative, which is eco-efficiency in IKEA. Before we look through the initiative applied by IKEA, let's understand the issue that triggered this action, which regarding the plastic waste. Managing plastic waste has become one of the world's most pressing issue. The figures are concerning with mass production and consumption of plastic increasing. According to a WWF Malaysia report, post-consumer plastic waste generation in Malaysia is estimated to be more than 1 million tonnes. The plastic problem is so large that simply expanding waste collection, landfill and incineration. The most significant step would be to combine this measure with a reduction of plastic in the system, rethink the packaging and product design and business model, such as scaling up of reuse and refillable models. Now, let me explain the application of eco-efficiency in the IKEA. They introduced a pioneering goodie bag which is resealable plastic bag, present their first large-scale plastic product made from renewable material. The all-purpose plastic bag is now made primarily 85% of a renewable material derived from the sugarcane industry. The change is expected to save 75,000 barrels of oil per year, thereby reducing the carbon footprint. Furthermore, although the plastic made from the renewable material costs more to produce than conventional plastic, the difference will not be reflected in the price. IKEA believes that everyone, not just a select few, should be able to afford to make sustainable choices. That's all from me. I will pass the presentation to SYAFIA.
Thank you, Shakirin. Now I'll proceed with the second example by referring to the Hilton Hotel. Hilton Hotel has achieved significant energy reduction through low cost, high impact step and has been certified with the ISO 14001. They were certified by the ISO for the impressive environmental improvements that they have achieved throughout the process. According to the company's spokesman, the company achieved over 1 million energy saving between 2008 and 2019 due to changes implemented as part of the ISO 14001 process. Before implementing the environmental management in their business operation, Hilton has faced several issues including the overconsumption of electricity and water usage, as well as inefficient waste disposal. With this, Hilton is prioritizing energy optimization, energy saving technique, and reduce water use and also environmentally friendly waste management. So, in alternative to garbage disposal, Hiltons are now recycling or reusing waste, which is more ecologically beneficial. With this, Hilton Worldwide has saved $515 million since 2009 because of its environmental management measure. They set out to do this through enhancing their environmental performance in order to minimize effect and save resources. This is because the hotel industry should prioritize sustainability since it can foster relationship with the community while also preserving the local biodiversity and natural surrounding. So how can Hilton increase its profit by adopting ISO 14001? It could contribute to cost saving. This is due to the possibility that the business will be able to identify areas where the organization may save more money by taking the previously mentioned step. Hilton has to assess how much water, electricity, and other resources that are used in the hospitality sector and figure out ways to cut back. In the hospitality industry, there will be some issue arising in the implementation of the ISO 14001. First, companies that pursue this ISO need to establish their own environmental goals. Companies are best equipped to create attainable objectives since they are aware of their own capability and limitation. So, Hilton should set reasonable target to optimize return on investment given the cost of ISO certification. After setting up environmental goals, Hilton may face another issue, which is lack of communication. Hilton management find it difficult to achieve goal congruence among their management due to the larger size of the business. With this, the management applying the employee motivation equation in delivering their goal in implementing ISO 14001. This is because another significant challenge to implementing ISO 14001 is to making sure the right information is communicated to every employee. Before we come up with the conclusion, here are some of the recommendations on how to implement current initiatives related to environmental management accounting. The first one is the company can identify the environmental impact, opportunity, for improvement and related financial impact. For many firms, environmental performance is a matter that is becoming more and more significant. With properly managing environmental challenge, companies may ensure that they abide by the law, reduce expenses, and also enhance their reputation with stakeholders including customers, employees, investors, and also the local community. Secondly, the company also can suggest developing procedures and systems for monitoring, evaluating, and also reporting environmental performance. By demonstrating the company's understanding on its environmental duty, they need to prepare an environmental report that can help the firms to gain competitive advantages in the market. Additionally, it could develop company bonds with important constituency like customers, suppliers, and also the larger neighborhood. Thirdly, assign ownership for improvement to individual. Initiative is a key component of taking responsibility. In addition, management accountant must be able to assign tasks, influence, and also enhance top-level decision making. It is crucial to have more visibility and control over internal process, and management accountants should interact often with manager from all functional areas. With this, I will pass the floor to Aisyah to summarize our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nur Syafia. Now with that, we have come to our conclusion of our presentation. And in this presentation, we have given you a comprehensive summary of what current initiative in environmental related management accounting is, as well as current initiative implemented under this concept in terms of environmental management and evaluation, as well as pollution prevention. Therefore, due to the fact that the majority of company activities have an impact on the environment, environmental management accounting, which is known as EMA practices, are very crucial. Besides that, EMA also can help firms to minimize expenses by identifying, analyzing, managing, and reducing expenditures in a way that benefits both the businesses and also the environment. And not only that, environmental risk cannot be disregarded because it will damage the company's reputations and have a negative effect on both its operations and finances. And most importantly, the advantages of current initiatives such as improved environmental understanding will lead to cost savings and also resources savings to the company. With that, we have come to the end of these presentations. We hope that you have found our coverage on this topic insightful and informative. And with that, we would like to thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum.